So, you might be wondering, no, what is art? Ano ang art? So, usually, pag tinatanong ko, what are you expecting in art appreciation? So, usually, ang isasagot nyo talaga is to appreciate art. No, which is very true naman na kaya nga tayo nag-aaral ng art appreciation is to appreciate arts, 'di ba? So, no, dun na nagtatapos. No, parang hindi talaga natin alam kung ano ba talaga ang arts. And little did we know that art is everywhere. So, what we see, what we hear, what we do is art. No? So, unaware tayo dun. So, dito nga, through art appreciation, makikita natin how art really works in our lives. Okay, so what is art? Art is the lifeblood of humanities because it conveys one's feelings and expressions. So halos lahat, 'di ba? Lahat ng kilala nating artist, mapa-painting, sculpting, music, literature, lahat 'yan ay galing sa feelings ng tao. So they use it as a medium to express themselves. So there's always a story behind it. There's always a meaning, no, special meaning, sentimental value, mga ganun. So kaya masasabi siyang art as a lifeblood of humanities. But before we formally discuss art, let's look at etymological meaning as well as different meanings of art given by experts. Okay, so art is derived from the Latin word ars, meaning ability or skill. Art is from an Italian artist defined as human or skill. Further, Webster's dictionary defined art as the conscious use of skill and creative imagination, especially in the production of aesthetics objects. So, yun ang sinasabi ko na it is a product of creative imagination. No? Creative thinking and a combination of the skill. No? Sabi nga nila, di ba, you create something through imagination. So, never limit yourself on imagining things. Kasi, yung iba, sinasabi nila na, puro ka na lang imagine ng imagine. No? Hanggang dyan ka na lang. No? Parang ganon. So, do not stop yourself from imagining greater things. Kasi doon nagsisimula ang lahat, no? And once na hinaluan mo ng skill mo, no, with what you have, then you create something new and unique. Tapos, one day, they will realize na you were called to do that one. So, writers and philosophers defined arts in different ways, no? Sino kaya tong mga philosophers and writers na to? So, kilalanin natin. So, according to a Russian novelist, no, Leo Tolstoy, art is not, as the metaphysicians say, the manifestation of some mysterious idea of beauty of God. It is not, as the aesthetical physiologists say, a game in which man lets off his excess of stored up energy. It is not the expression of man's emotions by external signs. It is not the production of pleasing objects. Above all, It is not the pleasure, but it is a means of unions among men. So, yun naman talaga yung purpose ni art, which is to connect people, to unite people. So, kahit hindi mo kilala yung isang tao, no, tulad ng isang singer, hindi mo siya kilala, pero yung mga songs niya is very relatable, no? Yung nakaka-connect ka, no? Yung feeling mo na may kasama ka, no? Feeling mo hindi ka nag-iisa. Joining them together in the same feelings and indispensable for the life and progress toward well-being of individuals and humanity. And according naman to Henry Miller, art teaches nothing except the significance of life. So, art is part of our lives. So, if you appreciate it, then you appreciate the significance of your life. So, art will teach you that. Sabi naman ni Aristotle, art is a higher type of knowledge than experience. No? Iba kasi ang art eh. So, napakalawak, napakarami ng scope. No, hindi lang siya basta-basta na experience lang na natutunan mo. So, you learn from different people, no? You learn from different artists, no? Different ways. Next is John Amuel. So, according to him, the object of art is to give life a shape. So, ito ang nagbibigay sa atin ng purpose, no? Identity. So, once you know the path that you like and you choose what skill you want to improve, then it gives your life a purpose and a direction. So it shapes and forms your life. Next. So according to James Adams, all art is social because it is the result of a relationship between an artist and his time. So social siya. Yun nga sinabi ko kanina that our society changes. So artists depend on what is happening in society. So ngayon, sa panahon natin ngayon, very modern na tayo. Yung mga artworks na nakikita ninyo natin is very modern, no? Yung iba naman minimalist, no? Yung iba naman 3D. So iba't ibang styles. So assumptions of art. Ano ba yung mga assumptions of art? So, isa-isahin natin. The first one is art is everywhere, no? Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina pa. And your surroundings, home, personal care, pets, clothing, and body are still reflections of how you see and express yourself. That's why art is everywhere. Next, art is not nature. Why? Art is not nature because art is man made. So it is the creature, huh? Creation of man that may reflect a profound skillfulness and craftsmanship. Art can never be natural because nature is evanescent, so meaning it is changing, so in constant change, and yet art is permanent. Art is imitating and combining. Creation in art is the act of combining or reordering already existing materials so that new objects will be formed. An artist only copies the things in nature he believes he would express his thoughts and feelings. Art is a process of imitating, involving personal assimilation through mind, feeling, and style. That's according to Barrios 2012. Next, art perfects nature. So artists enhance things. So again, enhance things they like and eliminate the undesirable elements in nature to convey their message of beauty and love. Art is universal. Yan. So art is universal. It transcends culture, race, civilization, and as long as human beings exist, art is visible, alive, and dynamic. So, makikita nyo naman yan eh, no? Yung movie na pinapanood natin, no? Unknowingly, nakikilala mo kung anong klaseng culture ang meron sila, no? Anong race, no? Civilization ang meron sila. And yung mga novels that we read and music that we listen to, no? So mga K-pop yun na music na yan. It transcends culture and civilization. Next. Art is timeless, no? Art is timeless because it goes beyond the time of our existence. It is present in every corner of the world to serve basic needs of mankind from ancient time to modern world. So, preserves din kasi our lives, no? So, uh, yung mga lolo and lola natin, no? Yung mga music nila, it makes them reminisce and appreciate the life that they had before. And yes, it preserves their identity. So, further, art is timeless because it continually evolves. And aside from artists birthing new artworks, they also never stop innovating, recreating, reinventing, and reviving works of art. So, kung napapansin nyo, no, sa fashion pa lang, 'di ba, noong unang panahon, nauuso pa lang yung vintage na styles, no? So, sa girls, ganito na style of dress, 'di ba? And then, nag-evolve na. So, nag-evolve na ng evolve. Tapos, ngayon, bumabalik na naman. No? So, ayun na nga. It is recreating, reinventing, and reviving works of art. So, aside from the assumptions about arts, other universally accepted ideas about arts are the following. So, art has grown out of man's need to express himself. Expression is limited to the revelation of emotions alone. The personal and sexual values of the artist and his penetrating psychological insight into human reality are also conveyed through arts. The artist uses symbols which he organizes into some comprehensible equivalent of the experience that he is trying to convey. If the symbols are understood by his audience, then communication has been established. So, next. So, there are three major parts of experience, no, involved in this activity. So the first one, it starts as an experience which the artist wants to communicate. Something na na-experience niya, no? Maybe masaya siya, or maybe life learning lesson niya, or brokenness niya, no? Mga ganun. Second, the act of expressing this experience, no? That of creating the art, object, or form, no? So, kunwari, broken siya, no? Sinong singer? Kunwari, si Moira or si Taylor Swift. So, they express their brokenness, no? Their sadness, which created music. The third one, when the work is done, there is the artist's gratifying experience of having accomplished something significant. So, pag natapos nila yung artwork, no, parang nabubuo sila, no? Parang it makes them feel complete, no? Parang there's a feeling that you have shown a part of yourself to the world. Next, art and beauty, no? A thing of beauty is one which gives us pleasure when we perceive it. The delight that we experience is called aesthetic pleasure. Beauty in terms of art refers to an interaction between line, color, texture, sound, shape, motion, and size that is pleasing to the senses. No? Halos naman tayo, halos naman tayong lahat may mga preferences, no? Merong mahilig sa atin ng straight line, meron naman curvy line, no? Kung sa color, marami yan, no? May mahilig sa atin na monotone, no? And meron ding colorful. Sometimes, beauty is not the artist's ultimate goal. Yeah, totoo naman yan. No? Hindi naman lahat ng goal ng artist is for aesthetic purposes. No? Merong iba na titignan mo, oh, art ba yan, no? Art ba yan? Di naman pantay, no? 'Di ba may mga ganyan tayo sa isip natin. Kasi hindi naman 'yun yung ultimate goal ng artist, no? Art is often intended to appeal to and connect with human emotion. Artists may express something so their audience is stimulated in some way, creating feelings, religious faith, curiosity, interest, identification with the group, thoughts, or creativity. No? For example, performance arts often does not aim to please the audience, but instead evokes feelings, reactions, conversations, or questions for the viewer. In these cases, aesthetics may be an irrelevant measure of beautiful art. So, yan ang sinasabi ko, no? Meron yung iba, no? Ang pangit naman ng opera na yan, no? Sa opera, kanta-kanta lang ginagawa nila, no? No? Hindi natin na-appreciate kasi ang iniisip natin na sana maganda yung suot nila, maganda yung mga damit nila, maganda yung costume nila, no? Sana nag-makeup man lang sila, no? Pero hindi naman kasi nila purpose. Hindi kasi ganun parati ang purpose ni art, no? It is not always beauty, no? Take note, it's the deeper meaning of it. So, sana ganun din yung pagtingin natin sa ibang bagay, no? The deeper meaning of life, no? Sa ibang aspeto ng buhay.